I've been watching the 100 TV show, and the Primes sure seem a little bit like us, even though I don't have memories of my past lives. But I do have this special relationship with the other Primes, like the other clones, and like I've said in the past, there are under 1,000 of us, and when you are a clone, you don't have that same genetic connection to your children as you do, as you would if you're just a regular person that has kids. Because when you have kids, you're like, oh, my kids' genetics matter so much. I need to figure out how to make sure my kids' genetics are dominant on this planet. When you're a clone, sometimes it's more like you are protective of the other clones, and then like it's like I have clone parents. Like, even though I'm sure a lot of you guys know that my parents are not big fans of gay people, and my mom especially is like, she thinks they're the most disgusting thing that's ever existed. And I'm sure for a lot of people that's pretty sad that I'm a gay person, but I'm a straight gay person. But that I'm someone that has a parent like that. But the reality is that I have clone parents, and someday my clone parents, who I don't even know them, are going to be cloned again, and then I'm going to be like their parents. So I'm going to be like a parent to their future genetics, and I'm going to be protective of them like they're protective of me. I know it sounds crazy. I realize this sounds nuts, but it's what I believe, because it's been proven to me over and over again that this technology exists. And I'm talking about the technology to hack people's brains. And also, like, it's to send video, it's to send pictures, it's to send audio, it's to receive audio, video, and pictures from people's brains. Like, that's... but it's not really audio if it's brain waves. I don't know. But it's been proven to me 100%. I'm a very skeptical person. I'm an atheist. The reason I believe it is because it's been proven that much. And I'm sure for a lot of people that are in the court system, they're going, oh yeah, we're going to be able to get him. He thinks he's a clone of Satan. This is perfect for my court case. And what I'll tell you is that from a psychological warfare perspective, being a clone is a very, very, very good thing to say about yourself if you're planning a war. And I understand that there are a lot of people that hate the Primes, they hate us, you know. And I understand that a lot of people are afraid of us because we're clones. And what I'll tell you is that we are a very, very tiny, tiny percentage of people on this planet. There's plenty of room for a lot of people on this planet. But we're also people that think rationally, and we can go, okay, these genetics suck ass. Like, I lived in Egypt. These people are, like, they are born and raised to be misogynists. Like, they are born and raised to want massive families. They are born and raised to think that it's okay to sexually harass women. They are born and raised to think that women are inferior. They are born and raised to think that if you're an atheist, you're inferior, even though their country is completely dependent on other countries' technology. So, when you're a clone and you're concerned about which genetics become dominant on this planet, because you know one thing is that you're not trying to be dominant on this planet. Like, you're not particularly attached to anyone. Your kids are kind of on their own. When you're that type of clone, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to take care of my kids. I'm going to make sure they're okay. But I'm also not going to be as it's kind of like my will right now, which says like $2 million go to my parents because I'm worried about like their health care and stuff like that. And then after that, I'm going to give the money to someone that's not going to destroy the planet. I mean, that's what my will's going to be like, because I don't want my kids to destroy the planet, especially if my kids are not that smart. I mean, if I have a kid that completely blows away the other clones, like I'm talking about the other people that really are non-biased in looking at my situation, then my kid might get cloned. more than likely they probably won't, but it can happen. All right, so Kai Gerber, do I know that she's a clone? No. Do I not like that I talked about how she's 19 and I like that when I have people that I'm actually interested in that are like 30? I don't like that. Is Kaya the hottest model in the world right now? Katie Hill's better looking than her, and so is probably Stella Maxwell. It's not about better looking. Meg Myers is better looking than her. Kai Gerber's 19 years old. Meg Myers is hotter than her, even though she's in her 30s. I mean, so that's the reality of that situation. But if she's a clone that I like someday, then that works out. If she's not, then oh well. I'm not really worried about it. I'm not particularly attached to her. I kind of like the idea of Lila, but my understanding is Lila works all the time. That's all she does, and so she's probably not as concerned with me as she would. I mean, I don't know what's going on with her. Who knows? Anyways, all I'm saying is the clone thing is about psychological warfare. I have to say that now because I'm in a legal situation where I have to explain it. I do psychological warfare for the government, and everyone wants to follow a clone of Alexander the Great and Ben Franklin and Leonardo da Vinci and George Monk and who else was I a clone of? Jesus, forgot about that guy. God, no, not Jesus. Don't tell anyone I'm Jesus. I'm not. I'm Moses. God, then the Jews get pissed. Don't say Moses. I don't know. I'm a clone of everyone who's super important from like a tricking religious nuts into liking me perspective. Anyways, yeah, the clone thing's super confusing. I realize that we're not like the primes. We don't kill anyone to make us exist. We don't save our brains. We save our findings, though. We save our scientific research. We save information about our history, but we definitely don't save our essences, which is our brain waves. So, I mean, maybe we save our brain waves sometimes. We might save what we hear inside people's heads, depending on the situation. When I send letters out to people, I sent letters to people that are rich, because I was looking through the top 100 women today, according to Forbes. I'm not asking for money. I feel like everyone asks everyone for money. That's not what that letter is about. That letter is just saying, like, contact people for me, call people for me. It's helping whatever. I'm asking for help in whatever way you can help. Like, if you want to send me money, I'm not going to be like, oh, don't give me money. But that's not what the letter's for. The letter, I mean, clearly you don't want to give money to someone who's a suspected drug trafficker, which clearly the government can't catch me. And that's why they need this guy to come threaten me with a gun, and they have these cops destroying evidence and all that crap because they haven't caught me trafficking drugs, or else they have me arrested for trafficking drugs. But still, you don't want to give money to someone that is suspected of being a part of a criminal organization. It'd be better just to make phone calls and be like, hey, who do I know? Who can I forward this letter on to? So when I ask people for help, I'm not asking for money. But I would love your help.